Yeah, afternoon people. Weekly roundup, Karls Mowing, week 2. Okay, I'll get straight to it. Uh, the phone calls, had 5. One was a garden, and the rest were all lawn jobs. And this is how I dealt with them. With the garden job, went around, had a look, pulled up, looked up the driveway. Yeah, a bit untidy, so I knew what I was in for. So I met the lady, had a quick chat. She started taking me around the garden and all that, and she was taking me places that she didn't even want done, you know. And I just said to her, which parts do you want done? So she showed me, and she hummed it hard and this and that, and I was just saying to myself, nah. I don't like taking on customers who don't know what they want. So I told her straight, I said, I'm not interested, eh? You need to have a plan. She just looked at me, suppose with amazement. And I said, I'll give you a quote. She said, will you? I went, yep. I said, come on. So I just walked through the garden with us, and I just said to her, in, out, in, out, in, out. That means the plant's staying in or it's coming out. It's pretty basic stuff, you know. And got to the trees, cut, how high? And she goes, I don't know. I says, you need to tell me. And she goes, oh, you know, this high. I went, okay. So I gave her the price, eh? And she had a bit of a think about it, you know, only for a split second. And then she says, oh, I'll have to discuss it with the husband. I says, no worries, eh? You talk to hubby, and when he says no, you say to him, darling, you better get out there and do it. Hey, I'm straight up. Okay, that was the garden. That's out of the way. Lawn jobs. Okay, I done one for Sam. That was a one-off. I done one for a new customer who gave me a phone call, and it eventuated into a first service. Made a video about it, charged a lazy 100 for that, for the first service, and then she's going to be a regular customer. There's a video out there that I have made, and it's, if you want to have a bit of a look at it, it's called Extremely Easy for the Van to Find a New Customer. That's for the new people coming into the game, eh? That's just the way I operate, how I do things, you know, or how I set my business up, you know, slowly over time. Okay. Had another inquiry from a guy on the phone. He said, the first thing he said to me was, hi, I need my lawn done. It's small. So my reply was straight away was, where do you live? And he said, oh, just Hendon Ave, where I know it is. It's only a couple of k's away from here. And I went, next question was, who used to do it? And he says, oh, the son, but the son can't find any time. So, you know, the old saying, between the grandson, the nephews and the son, you better do it yourself. So I just said straight up to him, my minimum service is $48. And there's a bit of a hesitation on the phone, and he says, oh, that's a bit much for us. I went, yep, no worries, all good. But I finally said to him, how did you find me? And he said, Western Leader. That's the local paper. I put an ad in. I buy a block for 6 weeks, and it goes into 2 papers, the Western Leader and the Central Leader. It works for me. It always pays for itself, that ad. Yeah, and the last lawn inquiry was a woman. Went around there, had a look, had to chat to her and all that, and I said to her, do the lawn, do all the edges and that. And she goes, no, 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 don't worry about the edges, I'll do them. She thought she was going, well, maybe she's thinking she's going to get a cheaper price, but that wasn't going to happen. So I just said to her, no, I don't do that. She goes, what do you mean? I says, I do the edges and the lawn. She goes, well, I only want you to do the lawn, because I'll do the edges. I says, well, straight to the point, you need to find another guy. She goes, why? What's up? I says, I can do the lawn, that's fine. You're saying you're going to do the edges, that's fine. But I know the edges won't get done. And when you have people around and they know that you got a lawn guy, they're going to say, that guy doesn't do the edges, you know? It's like customers saying to me with dogs, oh, yeah, I'll make sure it's clean. It only happens the first time. So, I gave her a price. Haven't heard back from her. So, that was the last one. Okay. Okay, so that's the customers. And I got one regular out of that, which is quite good. Outgoing. What did the business cost me this week on the outgoing? The only expenses I had this week was fuel, which is every week. $2.59 I think a litre I paid. And then I had insurance for the vehicle and the machinery. That comes out every month. That's $90 a month. And last week I didn't tell you about a weekly expense that I do. I take out my tax every week. So at the end of the week, like first thing Saturday morning, what I do is I open up my app on the phone and I transfer a certain amount into the tax, into a tax account. The accountant can see that when I send my statements every 2 months, he'll see that. The reason I do that is because at the end of the financial year, most people think they're going to get a refund, you know, deduct this, deduct that, claim this, claim that. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you have to pay. So I just like to have money there to pay the tax man. Okay, so that's that. Let me have a quick squizzy at my notes. I'll get back to you. A couple of things we spoke about last week was that one customer that only wanted to pay me 50% for that garden job, and we came to an agreement 75. He paid that. And also last week we spoke about that I had to go and do a lawn. We agreed on a price and that, and I said I always ring up a day before or two. Well, I did. And I spoke to the woman. And within the first couple of words she says, oh, something's happened. And she explained it to me. She says, oh, I got the money out yesterday and I was going to give you a phone call. Blah, 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 blah. She told me the full story. And she said she wasn't going to be home. And she wasn't too sure what day she would be home this week. And she said to me, oh, if you want, you can go around and do the job. And when I get back in a day or two, I'll phone you and you can come and collect the money. That didn't happen. I just said to her, when you get back, give me a call and we'll sort it out. I wasn't ringing her back. You know, I've already done my part, so If she wants the job done, she can ring me back. I'll let you know what happens anyway. What else? Okay, you remember I bought the battery last week? Well, I was supposed to get a tax invoice, and they never sent it. AA, the breakdown service. So I waited and waited and waited, and I need that invoice to claim it as a tax refund or rebate on my business. So what do I have to do? I had to go down there, sit out the front, wait for them to open, and ask them to sort it out. That's another story, But that's what you've got to do when you're when you've got your own business. You have to chase these things up, because that tax invoice is worth just under $50 to claim on my business, and they all add up. It's called GST, Goods and Service Tax. Oh yeah, getting back to that garden job, the lady, about an hour ago, she sent me a text and says, thank you very much for coming around, not for now. And I just texted back, yeah, all good. So, that's okay. Just move on from there. So, there'll be 2 videos coming out this week. Extremely careful, what should I do? And last week I told you about the grandson. Nana, get rid of that lawn guy. Or Nana, we don't need that lawn guy. Well, I made a video about it, just a little one, and it's called That Lawn Guy's Back. So maybe have a squizzy at that. That's about it. Quick wind up. Tip for the week? No, I'd say the tip for the week: be extremely careful in business. You never know what can come out and bite you. Okay, to all the new subscribers and those other people who are still out there having a bit of a squizzy at me, thank you very much. Take care. I reckon I might see you at the next one. Bye.